What is up, Bucs Nation? It is Thursday, December 28th, 2023, and you're watching the Loose Cannons podcast. I'm your boy, Sammer, hanging out with the sexiest Dominican I've ever known, Poppy motherfucking Latte. And a special guest tonight, the one, the only DooDooDat Exterminator, a man who nearly had to get into it with fisticuffs with the security over at Lambeau Field because he was making sure he had to secure the Mike Evans record-breaking touchdown ball. The one, the only Jay-Buc. Jay-Buc, welcome back to the Loose Cannons.
Hey, man. We Gucci over here, man. I'm doing absolutely amazing, man. Four game winning streak, a game away from the NFC South, and we good over here. We good.
We're feeling wonderful.
Hey, life good.
Latte's feeling good.
I feel great. I mean, Jay-Buc said it. 4-game winning streak, wrap up the division for a third straight year. There's a lot of fans talking about draft and tanking a couple weeks ago, and I absolutely hate that. So I love where we're at right now. I love it. I would love nothing more than to win the division and do it against that disgusting, filthy, cheating, bounty gate, knee hunting, stupid cap responsibility, just horrible run front office. Derek Tricycles, Jay-Buc calls him. Lattimore, the holding bitch. Kamara, the fucking abuser. I mean, fuck that entire franchise. I would love nothing more than to wrap up our third straight division title, beating them in our house.
Against their ass.
Love it.
Exactly. Hey, that rolls right into the first topic, babe. Bucs can secure the NFC South this Sunday. We control our fucking destiny. We're on a 4-game win streak like you guys have touched on. This could be the third straight NFC South championship for us. I know we don't hang those banners like they do up in New Orleans, but I love the fact that we could rub it in their faces that they don't get to hang this banner up, which is basically what they play for apparently, right?
Banners, they give rings out over there in New Orleans for those, bro. They get rings and everything.
Oh, it's whatever they're doing. We're taking away the only reason they play apparently, and it's this weekend. The Bucs have a few injuries. Might not matter. Doesn't feel like they're going to be sporting an entire team either on the other side, but I'm feeling good. Love to know how you guys feel about this weekend actually feeling. I know we're talking a lot of shit, but I feel like this team is confident. They're focused. They're keeping mistakes to a minimum. They're playing disciplined ball. They're not making mistakes like pre-snap penalties, things that are kind of under our control. Some stuff's going to happen sometimes from whistle to whistle, but right now they're focused and I think they understand the task at hand, and they've been playing playoff type back against the wall ball from a coaching perspective and on the field for the last few weeks, and I think it continues this weekend. Latte, what are you thinking, man?
I'm thinking, listen, the offense is hot. They're rolling. They're going. Dave, Dime Piece Dave, as Stank calls him. He told us this, right? He told us it's going to take about half the year. It'll take about half the year to get this run game going. And what fuels his offense is that run game. Rashad is hot. Baker's dealing. He just looks comfortable in the offense. It looks like he has answers. We kept talking about it earlier in the year, right, Sammer, where he just looked like he didn't have answers. First read is locked up. Shit, where'd I go? He looks comfortable. Rashad, I mean, he's running it over for a clip right now, and they've figured out that he's way more valuable in space. Mike is unguardable. He's like the number one receiver in getting separation right now, according to Pro Football Focus. That doesn't even make sense. He's a 6'4", 6'5" freak, and he's leading the league in separation. You figure be like one of these shiftier, quicker guys. Makes no sense. He's leading the NFL in touchdowns, or tied, I think.
No, he leads, and it makes no sense. He's playing an offense that's struggled the entire year to score points, and somehow this guy's leading the league in touchdown passes.
Makes no sense.
Receptions.
They've also not just using Rashad in space. Got to give the flowers to Dave as well. His wife had to speak up and fucking check you, but you finally learned to use 14. Damn it, he might be valuable. I mean, we're paying him $20 million for a reason. So apparently. The offense is just flowing right now, bro. I want to see more Dave Moore. Come out of the booth, Dave Moore. You know, I want to see more Dave Moore, and we're just rolling right now, bro. We're rolling.
Hey, being that you mentioned Miss Godwin, I just want to give a shout out to me and Mariah go back like babies and pacifiers. But whatever week that was, she was on Bull's ass that week. So I wouldn't get shots out to her. You know, me and Mariah go back like babies and pacifiers.
There was definitely a brunch. Between the three of them.
There was a meeting.
Yeah, definitely. There were some bagels. There were some egg whites. Maybe some egg yolks. Some runny ones.
What did they bagel and lox?
Yeah, they had definitely. Yeah, there's something that she's really healthy, so you know there's some healthy options on the thing too. But Jay, what are you feeling in terms of this team right now, how they've been rolling, and now they got this team ahead of them? Obviously, it's the Saints. They keep telling us it's not a rivalry. We take this game seriously. This game is the biggest regular season matchup between these two teams. How are you feeling, man?
Well, first, I'm gonna agree with hashtag DooDooDat Nation. Like, this is not a rivalry. We don't rival with bottom feeders. You know, we don't rival with them people. I know somebody go try to correct me. Them people down there or whatever in New Orleans, and I mean exactly that, down there in New Orleans. Well, I mean, what we look like rivaling with the bottom of the barrel, like with their tries to go out for what? They're absolutely right. I agree with them. They are not our rivals. We don't rival any team in the NFC South. We King Ruler, Jaffe Joffa, Black Panther, King of Zamunda. We the kings of the South. So let's make one thing clear. What we look like wanting to rival with y'all, you know, so let's make, hey, I'm gonna agree with them on that. But one thing I will say, or whatever, I mean, let me reel this back into what Sam actually asked me. Let me reel this back in. Because, you know, I get real antsy when it comes to hashtag DooDooDat Nation, BKA,
before you do, though,
Caesar Stupid Dome. But to answer your question, Sam,
before you do though, Jay, you are correct though. I know that geographically down there sounds weird because we're technically
exactly,
but they're so many feet below sea level that technically they are below us. They're just like this shit show in the bottom of the
ding.
Sorry, go ahead. You are correct still, so people can
ding. Because you know it was that one person on Twitter, you know that want to come and correct you, really not know the background of why I say down there in New Orleans, you know, but I mean, hey, there's loose cannons. I mean, y'all get it. But yes. Anywho, I want to start off like this. It damn near took 2 years for me, and I'm only speaking for me, y'all. But for all the viewers and the listeners, I'm only speaking for me and my experience. It damn near took 2 years for all three phases of the game to come together under Todd Bowles. Now we finally see how Todd Bowles not only want to play ball, but how he wants to win ball games. From all the way back from 2022 all the way to 2023, it seems as though Green Bay for me is when it all start to click on all three phases of the game. And it continued. The Jacksonville, all three phases of the game. And I think guy who I enjoy listening to, watching Rock Riley, I mean, he said it best. He was leaving out of a press conference at one Buc, and he was just talking about just the energy, like just how confident the players is, how confident the coaches is. I mean, just the atmosphere, you know, of one Buc. And my thing is, I think the only thing our players is seeing right now is that division. and we go get it by our enemies. And you mean to tell me we only got to win one of the last 2 games? And I'm confident we go get it Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
I'm confident we want to get it Sunday. I mean, we go get it Sunday. But I mean, right now these boys are playing absolutely amazing. Shots out to our players and our coaches. I knock on wood, but it just seems as though things is coming together at the right time. So
and we're getting hot. We're getting hot when it matters.
Hot.
And Baker, more importantly, is getting hot, feeling confident, feeling comfortable at the moment in the season where you need your quarterback to be seeing everything on the field and also be playing with that confidence. And he's playing with not only confidence, a little bit of gunslinger mentality. And I think he's set up. We talked about it after the first matchup, Latte, how he looked really confident and they had a really good game plan going into that. And Baker played. That was one of, I think, the first really good games he played as a Buc. And I think he's set to have another big day. This might feel like the Green Bay Packers in terms of what he ends up putting up stats-wise. Latte, I'm curious what you think and how you see how Baker not only propels himself from that matchup we had in, I believe it was week 4, and now bringing it all the way back here, week 17, all chips kind of on the table at this point, how he's going to carry over from that point to this point and how he's playing right now against the Saints, Latte.
No, I think it's absolutely going to carry over. I think there's something to be said about Jay-Buc mentioned it, and I saw the same video you're talking about it as it relates to Rock Riley. Other reporters were talking about it too, how the energy in the locker room was just different. Man. It's just different when you're winning. That's why some people are like, "Oh, if we lock up the division, they should bench the starters last game." Fuck that, man. Keep the momentum going because old Mo that's a big fucking deal. As it relates to Baker, the first time we met them in the matchup, bitch ass piece of shit fucking Lattimore had to grab Mike because he just ran right past his ass. He was 3 yards behind him. He was about
playing this week though.
He was about to catch a 60-yard bomb, so Lattimore had to drag him down, fucked up his hamstring, but he was cooking. So the only thing that has to be pissed off is that Lattimore's not in this game, so Mike can cook his ass all game. But if you remember, Mike went out. So we were down our number one and best weapon, at least the way the offense has flowed this year. I mean, that's the number one is 13. And it was all Godwin and, some Otten and some Rashad with at full strength. Like Baker did that without 13. We're at full strength now. And with the momentum and he's cooking, I fully expect a complete can of ass whooping on Sunday. And I know they're desperate, but they got no Michael Thomas. They got no Lattimore. Carr is fucking garbage. Flowers to 45. 45's cooking. 54's cooking. Defenses. Hey, Todd is in his bag right now. Somebody put it in the chat a little bit ago. Don't
forget about the 2023 Defensive Player of the Year, Antoine Winfield. Let's make that one thing clear.
I'm predicting right now. I know we're doing predictions later, but I'm predicting right now he's going to get a pick 6. He's going to wrap it. That's the one thing he hasn't done. He's got a sack, fumble recovery.
I know.
He's got it all.
That list. Yeah, I was going to say, man, listen, that game against the Saints in week 4 was, I think, one of the moments that we got to see Baker kind of laid it all on the line. He got a couple first downs with his legs. I don't remember if it was I don't think it was the get your weight up, son game, but I remember him.
That was Minnesota.
That was Minnesota, but I remember him putting his shoulder down and getting some first downs and putting his body on the line. And you're like, okay. And I think he earned a lot of respect in that game from Mike Evans, from Chris Godwin, from the guys on that offense. And now, fast forward to how he's playing right now, confident, and how he's putting his body still on the line. Last week, he did that again and again against the Jaguars to continue to keep things rolling. And now we're playing more aggressively. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of opportunities, especially like as much as we shit on Lattimore, he's still considered their best defensive player, right? And now you take him out of the equation. It's like, how are they going to stop Mike? How are they going to stop? They couldn't stop Chris when Mike wasn't on the field. How are they going to do it? Both of these guys are out there. So this plays a lot, and I hate to sound overly confident, but it plays a lot in the Bucs' favor on offense. Jay?
Yeah, I have to agree. And I know we've mentioned Mike Evans, we mentioned Chris Godwin, you mentioned Rashad White, but I'm excited about Cade Otton. I mean, Cade Otton has been making some clutch catch. Payne Durham. I hope I'm saying his name right.
I'm about to say Payne Durham, baby Gronk.
I'm really impressed how our tight ends have stepped, because I was real down on our tight ends at the beginning of the season. But my thing is, I'm seeing more and more they getting comfortable in the offense. So I mean, what's my number 19?
Dave Moore.
Dave
They
Moore.
reincarnated
Dave Moore
Dave
made
Moore.
an absolutely great play in Minnesota. That man got some burners on him. So my thing is, I like how Baker's spreading the ball. You know, I don't think that enough emphasis is being put on that. I want to say at least 6 or 7 receivers touched the ball in Green Bay. I think 5 or 6 receivers touched the ball against Jacksonville. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I'm really liking where the offense is right now and the timing of everything. Everything is now starting to come together.
And this is a different offense they faced in week 4.
Yeah,
and
it is.
So this is a more dynamic offense. We didn't pass the ball to Rashad back then. Sorry, Latte, go ahead.
No, you're good. It is more dynamic. Oh shit, I lost my train of thought. Go ahead, Sam.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's a more dynamic offense, and so it feels like the Bucs have a completely different playbook from back then to now. And so if the Saints are going to try to lean on, film from back then, obviously, and they're going to be watching more recent film, the Bucs still seem to have a lot of wrinkles now. They seem to have a little bit more sense of urgency, more aggressive attack, more aggressive approach, and they're not running the ball exclusively on first and second down and banging their heads against the wall. But I think they're set up to take the lead and then play more of that Todd Bowles approach like we talked about, I think, a couple weeks ago against the Packers, which is get the lead, grind it out, force the other team to have to pass the ball and make it real easy for guys like Yaya and Kancey and Antoine. And now Devin White, apparently just a blitzing guy, which seemed to work pretty damn well against the Jaguars. Now we can kind of pin our ears back and say, all right, go get them motherfuckers. And now our defense looks totally different because they're not being forced to put being put in position to be perfect.
Right.
I'm damn near. I'm not gonna I don't care about him, but I'm in fear a little bit for Derek Tricycle. Like for real, if we get up on them, they haven't been able to really run the ball too much with Kamara. He's starting to show his age a little bit, and if he has to drop back 40 times, oh shit, it could get ugly. And Devin is known to ball the fuck out. And in Louisiana, you know what I mean? Play at LSU, I'm just saying.
I mean, we're here. We're playing this at home, but yeah.
But the train of thought that I lost there, Sammer, was you said that Baker's, gunslinging, it might have been Jay that said that. He is, but it's like a responsible gunsling. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
It's an oxymoron, you know what I mean? He puts the ball and gives it, like the pass to Mike Evans on the post, right? He put it on the top shelf, split the safety in the fucking DV, put the ball in it's just a stupid throw. Right, but that's kind of a gunslinger throw, but still responsible. I don't know. It's hard to explain. It ain't the weird, irresponsible shit. You guys know what I mean, right? He's not afraid to pull the fucking trigger. Responsible.
He's playing best ball in his career, honestly, right now.
Oh, absolutely. Like even that Green Bay game, that was the best game of his career. And then even Poppy referencing back to you that touchdown to Mike Evans, it might not have been his best throw. It damn sure was top 3, and it was damn sure my favorite Baker throw this year. That was, I mean, and literally sitting in front of or standing right in front of, that play, because that play happened in the south end zone, section 122, row L, seat 1 and 2. It was just that's by far one of my favorite Baker throws this year. That was an awesome throw. Referencing that second touchdown pass by Evans last week. I
don't think many people appreciate it enough. When Baldy did the breakdown, Brian Baldy does breakdowns and stuff, and he broke down that throw. That was a stupid throw, bro. Like
he's throwing confidence. He's throwing in tight windows, but he's throwing anticipation, and it looks like there's a lot more trust in what he's seeing. He's understanding what he's seeing. He has a lot of answers to what the defense is throwing at him, and he's trusting that these guys are going to be there. It feels like he doesn't trust Trey Palmer, and that's why we're starting to kind of see a little bit of a resurgence from the reincarnated Dave Moore, as we call him, because you notice we called it out when we were in Green Bay, Latte. He's out there more with the 3 receiver sets than Trey Palmer is, and obviously more than DT because he's kind of been little butterfingers. But they figured out the balance, it feels like. David's figured out that balance, and we've got to give him his flowers. We've got to give him credit. He's figured out the balance between the guys' talents, how the offense works with them, and they're really in a flow right now. But I want to flip it to the other side because you guys touched on Antoine a lot at the beginning, and I agree with you guys. He should be Defensive Player of the Year. Absolutely. But we've seen a lot of Bucs get shortchanged. So I'm going to ask you guys this question.
Hold on.
Who do you guys anticipate will be the shining defensive player in this game? Because I think the Bucs are going to put the defense in a position to have some really, really ridiculous stat lines. We saw Yaya go off. We saw Levante beat Levante. We saw Antoine do his thing. We saw Devin have a hell of a game last week. So I'm curious what you guys think ends up playing out in terms of who's going to be the shining guy on that side of the ball. I know Latte's answer, but I'll let Jay go first. But before we do that, Latte, you had something you wanted to add.
Yeah, my bad. It's just you mentioned and Jay mentioned the Green Bay game. I remember we were at that game. You guys know that. We talked about it yesterday.
Yes, sir.
Fucking amazing time, Jay. What at Lambeau Field, Jay. It's just the history. It's just, oh man. Derek,
we're family now. We're family with Vince Lombardi, dude.
Derek said it best, man. It's football church, man. It's just different. You know what I mean? But after the first drive, I specifically remember a moment. Sam kind of nudged me on the shoulder. He elbowed me a little bit. He goes, "Baker's hot, bro. Baker's feeling himself right now." And I'm like, "Yeah, I saw that." He made a couple just ridiculous throws. Jay, you saw them from the end zone. Tight, but just window throws, right? Where the receiver hasn't even flashed in the window he's throwing, and he's just sidearming between. I'm like, Baker's in his bag right now. Yeah. Jay, go ahead with your defensive answer. I just wanted to say that you had talked about him. You know, we kept talking about the Green Bay game, and the way he was throwing with anticipation really fucking stood out. It was insane.
He has been untouchable since that first down conversion in Green Bay.
Yeah.
It was a window throw. Guy hadn't made his break yet. And he just, I watched him throw it, and I was like, "Oh fuck, this getting picked."
I was like, "Oh shit! oh shit!" It was like, "Oh no!"
This is a different Baker. He's got the oven on 450 today, baby, and he has not cooled down since then. Sorry, Jay. Who do you think ended up shining on defense this week? Considering, because like I said, the Bucs, I feel like their offense is going to set the defense up to have a really fun time, like they did against the Jaguars, where we held them scoreless for the majority of the game.
I'm gonna make this real simple. Devin White. Devin White.
I like
surprising.
It.
Devin White.
Son.
He Devin White has a point to prove.
Trying to get paid.
I mean, Devin White posted something on Instagram. I want to, I think if not yesterday, that you know, and I don't want to, you know, elaborate too much on it. But my thing is, when Devin gets into this mode where he has to prove a point or he has to make a statement, I just think that it's no stopping him at this point. And the reason why I even say that, because even with the Jaguar game, Devin should have had about 3 or 4 sacks. I don't know the roughing the passer call. That the ref, I don't know what kind of stupid ass juice that they was drinking, or what bifocal. I don't know what it is that referee saw that 63,000 other people, in addition to the people that were the viewers, at millions of people that was viewing that game. I don't know what it is that they saw, you know, that would give any indication that was roughing the passer, but it was I know he was got a half sack with Yaya.
He had another one. He missed the guy wide open.
It was. I can think of two where he missed. He should have had them.
Sacks,
yeah, he should have. So my thing is, when Devin gets into this mode, I just it's no stopping him. Bowles pretty much has taken the leash off of him and just letting Devin do what he do.
That's all they did last week. To your point, Jay, is that it seemed like they were run blitzing him and then pass or quarterback blitzing him. It was just like almost every single down he was doing one or the other. Very few times I think he fell back into coverage. The one time he did very early, he ended up with a pick. I mean, that was very surprising. I think he shocked the offense because the offense is like, he's just here to blitz.
Yeah,
and he didn't. And so I get what you're saying, because when he kind of gets in his feelings and he has that chip on his shoulder and he feels like he has to prove to all these people who are talking shit about him and probably talking shit about him in his own locker room, he seems to play differently. And I'm not saying keep him. I'm not saying he's going to be back. And I think
I don't think he'll be back. And I think that's part of the problem, Jay. You hit it on the head there. Listen, you don't have to poke. You don't have to piss off. You don't have to let the leash loose on 54, bro. 54 just shows up every game, does his damn job, doesn't complain about that. You don't have to piss him off for him to do his job. You know what I mean? And listen, that's another podcast in the show, but the last thing you want to do is pay somebody a bag, $100 million, that you have to get up and motivate,
Yeah.
every now and then. I don't want to deal with that. But he can be special. We don't win a Super Bowl without him. And he is absolutely in his feelings right now. And when he is, he's balling. I
think the Bucs front office and coaching staff have played a little bit of psychological warfare with him, thinking, all right, he's going to be gone, but let's see what we can bleed out of this fucking orange on the way out for this season and into the playoffs. If we can get a pissed off Devin, maybe we can get a couple sacks out of him, a couple splash plays, something. And I think that's kind of the goal. And I can't disagree that he could be the guy that has a big game. Latte, I'm pretty sure you're going to lean towards Antoine. You kind of gave it away earlier with the pick six.
Antoine is Antoine. Jay, Sam, Antoine's going to do what he does, bro. That's just automatic. He's going to make a play every game. I'm just predicting, right, score predictions and bold prediction. I think he gets a pick six this week, and I think he wraps up, he just fills up the fucking stat sheet, right? He's got the sacks, he's got the interceptions, he's got the sack fumbles, he's got the fumble recovery, he's got the tackles, he's got everything. Just doesn't have a pick six. I think he gets a pick six this week. As it relates to, I think, who's going to have a game this week, listen, this front office has done a phenomenal job. We talked about it the other day, Jay, and I'd love your opinion after Sammer gives his prediction. But as far as how we're set up, the youth on this roster, man, like, holy shit, dude. We got Yaya and Kancey in the same fucking draft.
Yeah.
Like, what? Servassier still, but like, oh. So I think Yaya is going to continue to do this thing, but I think 94 shines this week. I think Kancey makes some splashy stuff. He was there. He was close, Jay.
Yeah,
he was close a couple times.
He was close.
And Devin beat him to a sack on one. Devin beat him again on the fucking blitz where he got called for the roughing the passer because Devin's just really fast. But Kancey was right there. I think Kancey has a game this week. Winfield's just going to – that's just my bold prediction, but I think it's Kancey. It's a Kancey week.
Yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards – I don't know, man. Last few weeks, 54 has been really close to getting a pick. He's been in the right spot. He's just kind of barely missed it, or he's not jumped right in time. And I just have a feeling that Derek Carr is going to be hearing footsteps from a lot of guys. Yaya, he's going to hear footsteps from – I know people don't like to hear it, but JTS, I think he's playing well coming in off the bench, being a rotational guy, playing against the run. And, of course, like you guys are mentioning, Kancey. But I think Devin's going to be blitzing so often that it's going to affect what they're going to try to do, because I don't think the Bucs fear that running game at all. I think they've kind of locked in how they're going to stop the run. What's his name? Hall has been playing ridiculously well last few weeks. He's stopping the run. He's playing the run really well. Yeah. So is Yaya. He's starting to read things and understand how to play both the run and the pass at the same time. And so I think that plays into Levante David's hands. I think he continues to do what he does, but he ends up with the pick this week. And I think his stat sheet gets real stuffed, real thick. Like you said, I agree with you. Antoine just does what Antoine does. But I got to also give our kudos and our shout outs to Zion.
Yeah.
Played ridiculously differently over the last few weeks. From where he started the season to now. Sure, he makes a couple of, head scratching plays here and there and misses a tackle, but it's night and day what they've turned him into. Almost reminds me of Carlton Davis. You guys remember that? Mm-hmm. Before Todd Bowles got to town? Jamel Dean, his first time playing. Yeah.
Hey, you know what, Sam? Shout out to fucking Todd Bowles, bro.
Thank you.
He was a dead man walking fucking 5 weeks ago, 6 weeks ago. And not only shout out to him for everybody knew, Jay knew, we know, everybody with connections in that building knows they had not given up on him in the locker room. That team was absolutely still fighting for him. What was the seat getting hot? Absolutely, but the team hadn't given up on him. So shout out to him for righting the ship, number one. Yep. And number two, I think it doesn't get stated enough, Sammer. Shout out to Todd Bowles for the development of these fucking players, man. On defense. You talked about Carlton Davis. Nobody wanted him resign. Like Carlton Davis. Jamel Dean, his first game against the Seahawks, it was like, oh, fucking cut this guy.
Terrible.
Zion last year was like this guy takes horrible angles. He fucking sucks. And then all of a sudden it's like, ding, like.
And playing both sides and playing with left and right corner.
Jay,
but not just that.
Missed games this year. Dean has missed games this year. It's like we didn't even miss him. Zion just steps right in like no big deal.
How comfortable is that? But not even that. Talk about Izzian. Guy coming off the fucking street. Nobody even wanted him. Hey,
game of his career this last Sunday probably.
J.J. Russell, KJ Britt, guys who shouldn't be starters coming in playing starting reps and playing fucking well. You don't play like KJ Britt does with his lack of athleticism. No offense to him in comparison to guys like Devin White, obviously, who can run like crazy, like a horse. This guy knows the defense. He knows his keys. He knows his reads. He knows his gaps and his assignments, and that allows him to play faster and look better than he is. That's not on like we can knock Todd Bowles as a head coach, but man, as a defensive developer, like you're talking about, a defensive coordinator, he knows how to get these guys from point A to point B and eventually point Z. To be able to use KJ Britt the way we have the last few weeks, like that's ridiculous, man. And people don't give kudos enough when that does happen.
Yeah,
I thought you had something to say, Jay. No,
I mean, hey, what more can I say? Nothing else to be. I agree with you, 100%. And you actually highlighted, you talked about, KJ Britt. You talked about JJ Russell. I think what's his name? Marcus Watt. I think he's his play gonna increase this because we don't know what the status of Shaq Barrett. So my thing is, yeah, you right. I'm very impressed, with the development, of our rookies, a lot of our newer players, especially with how we went into the season, how the salary cap was set up this year, So, and don't get me wrong, I know a lot of people was hard on Bowles. I had my moments where I was hard on Bowles, as well. But I mean, just now to how all of this is now coming together, I mean, I have to give kudos to the man. I just have to. I have to.
Agree.
We got a super chat from Buck Crazy 499. Thank you so much. Says, don't I feels good that all the players that we drafted are showing up. MVP Jason. Yeah, kudos to Jason Light.
Jason should,
guys.
Everybody playing, like everybody on the roster is playing.
Everybody. And you know what? We didn't even talk about. Sorry, we didn't even talk about Ryan Neal and Dee Delaney figuring out how to utilize those two guys. Yeah. And now when Ryan Neal's on the field, I'm not seeing Ryan Neal, which is a good thing.
Yes.
If you're a safety, that's a good thing. And having him play linebacker in that one game where they had to have a guy because the bodies were all gone. Like,
Carolina.
Again, all goes back to what we were talking about. Sorry, Latte.
No, it was the Carolina game. And listen, we talked a lot about defense and the young players and development. Let's not forget, and again, we go back to Jason Light deserves Executive of the Year. He's probably not going to get it because Tampa gets robbed of all that shit. Like, Antoine's not going to win Defensive Player of the Year when he should. But let's talk about on offense, Jay. Like, how about Gadecki? Everybody wanted Gadecki thrown out. Did you see that? That man has played ridiculous at right tackle. Not only did he play ridiculous, we knew, and they told us on draft night. They said, listen, this guy's a fucking glass eater. He's a beast. And then you see them mic'd up, and everything they said to us was exactly what it was like. Hey, you don't want none of this, bro. Fuck out of here with that shit. It was like, what?
They tell him all that. Now you're walking backwards. Yeah, dude, talking shit.
Last year, the last game of the season, I want to say Gadecki started that right because he's been at right. I think was it left guard or what? One of the guard positions last year.
He was a guard. I know that much. He was
right,
a guard.
But I know the last game of the season last year against the Falcons, he started at right tackle, and I remember telling some buddies of mine, I said that actually might be his natural position. I actually thought that he played pretty decent at right tackle the last game of the season last year. So I mean, of course, shots out to
Jason Light.
Hey,
but
I mean,
right next to him too. Right next to him, Cody Mock.
Yeah,
people were pretty down on him all season.
I was down on Cody Mock at the beginning.
I think he acclimated. He got to the level of understanding how to play with his body, understanding how to play at the NFL level, and how to block and how to be more physical. And now, like what people were saying, oh, this offensive line is going to be a terrible mess. It looks like a pretty fucking good. It looks like a point of strength at this point, especially in the pass protection game. Like I know Tristan, and we've talked about this last few weeks. Tristan's kind of been struggling just because he's been injured. But man, still like an 85, 75. Tristan Wirfs is still better than most guys in the league. So right now, I think the Bucs have figured some things out, and that goes back to the Baker conversation. Baker playing well. And now putting the Bucs in a position where he wants to come back. The Bucs want him back. Now the Bucs aren't pigeonholed and forced into taking a quarterback later on in the first round when they don't need to. Now they can address other parts of this team. Exactly. Whether Baker works out next year or not, that still helps the team. Because now you can get another good player. Get the best player available. Next year, if everything falls off the wheels, then you go get your quarterback, but you have another good player that you can surround him with, right? or it continues on and the Band-Aid continues to be a good Band-Aid. So let's see how it all plays out. So it all kind of has been working like really, really well. And like I told Latte last week and this week and earlier, we're playing with house money, and holy fuck, it looks goddamn good.
Yes, sir.
We got a super chat. Pelagian Computer, $5 super chat. Thank you. Says Tristan has been playing hurt and still gave Allen the business.
Still.
That doesn't get talked
Dang,
about.
I forgot all about Allen.
Yeah, I didn't even know did he play? But no,
I forgot all about Allen.
Real talk though, Jay. Again, you know people in that building. You know, they're human beings, man. It's a long season. A lot of those guys are dinged the hell up. They're banged up. They're hurting. I can't. We need to talk about it more, dude. Tristan has been playing hurt for about 7 weeks now. 8 weeks with a messed up quad and an ankle on the same leg, and he's still like he gives up a sack, and you're like surprised, like what? Wait, what the fuck is that?
No, not even a sack, a pressure. I'm like,
pressure. It's like, whoa, what the hell's going on here? He is incredible, bro. They're gonna write him a blank check for sure. Just fill it out whatever you need.
You know why we didn't see Allen? You know why we didn't see Allen? Because Allen made Tristan's job really, really easy this past weekend. He was riding up real wide, and he would just rush, and Tristan's like, oh, I don't have to worry about you actually trying to push me over. Cool, I'll just curtail you around Baker, and Baker has an easy little lane to run out of. Right. Cool, I don't have to do much. You know how much easier it is for an offensive lineman to deal with that kind of guy? He wasn't trying to bull rush him. He could, obviously. He's fucking Tristan Wirfs, right?
We can't talk enough about this front office, guys. Like Tristan Wirfs, Stinny. Stinny.
Is it me or the offense? I think the offense made the shift. You just said it. It was Stinny. It was Stinny for me. That's when I started to see the difference in the offense. My point exactly. It was Stinny for me.
But Jay, he absolutely did fix the run game. But Hainsey, serviceable center. But you got Stinny, Tristan Wirfs, Mock, Gadecki. All those guys, the majority of guys were drafted. Probably need to upgrade at center. But Jesus, they're playing like a top 10 unit.
Without a starting
By
center.
the way, I heard this the other day on Pewter Report. Shout out, dude. Like Marpet wasn't supposed to retire. Red wasn't supposed to get a fucking career-ending knee injury. Imagine if we still had Red on this. Imagine if Jensen was our center right now. Oh my God!
Still giving headbutts with no goddamn helmet on. Like
crazy.
They didn't warm ups or whatever. Giving the O-line headbutts.
Nuts. Well, Jay, imagine if this team still had Ryan Jensen in center, dude. How much better could the run game be?
Hey, Pelagic Computer brings up a good point too. They brought back Stinny and they ran more duo gap versus the zone. They adjusted what they were trying to do, which wasn't working, and they said, let's do what these guys are good at, and let's adjust the run game that way. And now, no surprise, the run game looks better. Stinny, by the way, way more physical than Feeler, however the fuck you want to say his name. That guy got benched. Everyone just kind of rolled with it. And we're doing this all without a natural center, right? A guy who's literally a left guard. He's playing center. Snaps are all over the place half the time. And he's not exactly the most physical guy at the point of attack in terms of blocking in the run game. And we're still doing pretty damn well.
The problem with him, too, is he's just fucking extremely tall. He's
a big boy, yeah.
Big boy.
He's getting out leveraged as soon as he's just so damn tall.
He's tall.
But he's a very serviceable swing interior guy. He's good depth. Just not a starter. That's okay. We're winning games. It's fine.
But that's some of the adjustment, Latte. Now they're pulling him. They're pulling guards. They're pulling tackles. They're letting these guys get out and be athletic, because that was one thing. Gadecki, athletic, can run. Mock can run. Marpet was really good at that, right?
Sammer, Mock is a
Hazy, same
rookie,
thing.
Dude. He's a rookie. They played.
I know.
Like what the. Oh man,
it's good stuff, man. It's good stuff.
I keep forgetting Mark played tackle and was moved.
Played tackle. This team
like be doing this thing with these old linemen.
Some stupid shit. Bro.
Trust me, I've had conversations with him about other guys that are in the college ranks right now, going into the draft, and the stuff he says to me in terms of like, oh, he's playing so and so, but in the NFL he's actually a X But if he gets drafted at these two spots, he's probably still going to be this. And you're like, oh, shit, I didn't even know. Like, there's 4D chess going on how these guys get rolled around. And it depends on where they go, how they're paying them, what the team needs. There's all sorts of stuff. And the Bucs are in a position where they don't have to kind of force anybody into a square or, or a hole. They can just kind of make things work, which makes this team, again, in the draft, they're just – Jason and his guys are just so damn good at this. Now,
Sammer, and you did mention a little bit ago. I was making my picks. Sorry, guys. I gamble. I was making my picks before the games go. But you mentioned Band-Aid. Baker. Correct me if I'm wrong. I could be way off. But Baker's 26. Like, Baker's not old. That's not a Baker. You can extend Baker and still have Baker here another 5 seasons with Canales. Hopefully we don't lose him to a head coaching job or whatever. We'll see how it goes. I'm not going to get over my skis here, but. Baker coming back for another run with Canales with a year under his belt, a dude that's had 9 different offensive coordinators to have that continuity. Mike will be back. That's the worst kept secret on earth. Mike's not going anywhere. With Mike Evans, with Godwin, with another year for fucking homeboy, the young kid from Nebraska we just drafted, Trey
Palmer.
They whatever free agents our front office brings in that I'm going to trust they do their thing because they do. Another year development for Cade. Another year of experience or a year of experience under Payne Durham. Like, dude, this team could be set up. It is set up with flush cap space next year, by the way, too. Like
rookie contracts across the board, dude. That's
what I brought it up for was that Baker doesn't have to be a Band-Aid is what I'm saying. He's going to have another year under his belt and just that's when you start layering shit, right, Jay? That's when you start having fun with the playbook, bro. Because right now it's just you're drinking out of a fucking fire hose. You're just trying to figure out how to install shit and move forward. Now next year it's like, oh yeah, I know all this. Let's add this wrinkle. Let's add that. Let's play off this and set them up and fucking hit them over here with. It's gonna be fun, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Speaking of fun, let me remind all of you guys in there who have been watching, the people in the chat. If you're new, hit the subscribe button because you've been watching this long. It means you obviously love what we got going on. And those of you who have been here and know what we're at or know what we're about. Hit the like button and leave us your score predictions in the comments, not in the chat. Leave them in the comment section so that we can keep track of them. And maybe one of you guys wins something nice. Speaking of winning, earlier in the season, I said if we could get our subs to 4,500 subscribers, that we would give away a stitched, signed Warren Sapp creamsicle jersey. Oh. All right, we did this as a hashtag retweet contest on Twitter, and tonight is the night. Before we do our score predictions, we're going to go ahead and spin this wheel and choose a winner for this glorious creamsicle jersey. There's a lot of entries, and so I'm going to go ahead and switch my screen over to that. While I'm doing that, hit the like button. Hit the like button, guys, while we're doing all that.
I fucking love it. Who's going to win this jersey?
Oh, dude, this
thing
is
cool.
All right. Here we go, okay? Look at that glorious-ass wheel. Got the Loose Cannons logo on there, right?
I'm seeing the screen. Oh, there it is. Oh, shit.
That's beautiful. Okay.
You seeing that, Jay?
I can't see it.
Oh, it's on the YouTube stream.
Oh, okay. Oh, let me get there.
Oh, he hit the spin. Oh, he's going to win it.
Oh, my God. B-Shuck.
B-Shuck, no.
B-Shuck won.
That is fucking awesome.
B-Shuck, you are the winner of the Warren Sapp creamsicle signed stitched jersey, awesome. Dude. And I don't know if B-Shuck even wants it. That's what's crazy. But he deserves it.
He might not want it.
He might be like, no, give it to somebody else. I hope that doesn't happen. I'm not spinning that stupid wheel again.
I swear to God, all the injuries in there, guys. You saw it. You saw all those little slices were all the injuries.
Dude, there's a lot, dude. There was one guy who did it 99 times. He had 99 entries because of how many hashtags he did. But, hey, B-Shuck, if you're coming to our private tailgate in front of Stank's house this Sunday, jersey will be there. It's yours. If you want to give it away, I guess we'll do some other way of doing that. But I'm done. I've been trying to give this thing away for a while. We finally hit 4,500 subs. We appreciate each and every one of you guys out there, by the way, for that. All right. It's time to get to the best part of this show. It's Fuck the Saints week.
Fuck 'em.
None of us here have any lost love for this fucking team. I don't think that any of the players have any lost love for anybody on this team and that city. They hate them. They know how much this game means. We'll start with you, Jay, since you are the guest. I need your score prediction and a bold take for this Sunday's matchup where the Bucs have a chance to tie up the NFC South, clinch a playoff berth, and continue on the 4-game winning streak, turn it into 5 games, rolling hot as a motherfucker going into the playoffs.
All right, here we go. Bucs 27 hashtag DooDooDat Nation, aka Caesar Stupid Dome, BKA Boot Orleans Blanks 13. 27 Bucs 13 hashtag DooDooDat Nation.
I like it.
And what's your bold take?
You said, what's my bold take?
Yes.
Yeah, give me a bold take.
Prediction.
Pick 6, something like that. Some prediction.
My bold take. Can I do 2?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Hey, there's no rules on this show. We pretend, but we don't have rules.
Hey, my bold take. Mike Evans, 2 touchdowns.
Ooh, look at that ball, boy.
Mike Evans, 2 touchdowns. Mike Evans, 2 touchdowns. Actually, I'm gonna go with that. And then I'm gonna go with Poppy on this one. I'm gonna go with Poppy. The 2023 NFL Defensive Player of the Year, Antoine Winfield Jr. for the pick 6. Let's go.
Okay.
I like it.
Let's go.
I like that.
Let's go.
I like it. I'm gonna go Bucs 28. No. I think they keep the streak going. Bucs 31. They keep the streak of 30 points or more in the last 4 weeks. Bucs 31. I agree. Saints 13. Bold prediction. I already said Antoine gets a pick 6.
While you're doing that, Pelagic Computer $5 super chat says Bucs 28, Poverty Franchise 17. Bold take, Levante with a sack and an interception. Hashtag eat Italian.
Did you see what he said earlier, by the way?
He said a lot. I'm trying to keep up.
I've almost spilled my water. He goes, if the Bucs beat the Saints and get the division championship on Sunday, his wife is going to be drinking out of a fire hose.
Oh, shit.
Hell yeah.
That's fucking savage, bro.
Hey, she's feeding him Italian consistently. He
Consistent Italian, bro.
Yeah, he should be returning the favor with some cream. I agree.
Bold prediction: Rashad gets 2 touchdowns, 1 in the air, 1 on the ground.
I like that.
Okay, yeah, I like that one. All right, so I agree with you, man. I don't see how the Bucs don't continue. I think they have a goal inside that locker room of trying to get to 30 points. They've done it pretty consistently in the last few weeks. I think they continue doing it. It's a different score, though. I think they win 33-13. I can't get off that 13 number. I can't get off that number. 33-13. And my bold prediction is that Rashad crosses the 1,000-yard mark on the season. Has a really effective game on the ground.
Yes.
The Bucs' offensive passing game opens up a lot of running space for him, and he does his thing, especially with the lead. He just starts grinding it out, and I think he scores 2 touchdowns on the ground. Crosses 1,000. First guy since Doug Martin to do that here in Tampa. It was a goal of his going into the season, and I'd love to see him do it before the 18th game because you know how those fuckers are out there. Oh, it took him an extra week to do it, yada, yada.
Right.
Fuck off. He's going to get it done this week against the Saints. Jay, thank you for fucking joining us, man.
Wait,
man.
We got
It's
another.
always a pleasure, man.
We got another super chat. They paid for this. Sorry, Jay. They paid $4.99. Westside Sports says Bucs 34, Ain't 17. Bold prediction: Baker has a 3-touchdown game with 300 yards passing. That's not bold. That's not bold.
That seems like the norm.
That's kind of the normal at this point.
Yeah, that seems like the norm. Jay, again, thank you for joining us, man. If you want to shout out where they could follow you, where they can listen to you, whatever it is you got going on, let these people know, man.
Hey, it's your boy J-Buc 525, aka J-Boogie. Shouts out to Loose Cannons. You know, it's always love. You know, when it come to my fellow bros, my boy Poppy Latte, Sammer, and my boy Stank. You know, I know Stank not with us tonight, but man, shouts out to them. Is always gonna be love when it come to Loose Cannons. But it's your boy J-Buc 525, aka J-Boogie, coming to you by enemies necessary. Y'all can follow me. Twitter, J-Buc525, Instagram, J-Buc525, Facebook, J-Buc525. Y'all know where to find me. When we in Raymond J. Buck Stadium, section 122, row L, seat 1 and 2. Holla at your boy. Hey, man, I appreciate y'all for having me on.
Absolutely, bro.
Hey, you You take care of that ball, okay?
Yes.
Most definitely. Most definitely. Yeah.
That's another child in your home now, right?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
I don't want to tell you how to run your family, but if it was me, that might be a little bit higher than one of my own children. Just saying. Definitely higher than the dog.
Record ball. Mike is different, Jay.
He different.
Mike's different, dog.
Yeah,
he made sure he got his Hancock on that thing for you.
Yeah, that he did. Actually, Mike wasn't even 100% sure I got the ball. But
really?
When I got a chance to meet Mike, the very first thing Mike said, "Oh, you better have got that ball, goddamn it! I paid for that shit." I said, "Hey, Mike, I got it. God damn it, I got the ball."
It's great. People don't know that. They gotta pay. They gotta pay when they give this away. That's awesome.
Absolutely. Yeah. But actually, the damn security guard didn't goddamn know that. The damn police officer had to tell him that. Yeah, the damn security guard, or come get him. Yeah, I'm taking the ball, and you're getting escorted out of here. And the police officer was like, well, no, the player gave him the ball. So since the player, I saw the player give it to him. So since the player gave it to him, I think he gets to keep it. But if it was an extra point, or
that's different. Extra points different.
That's different. So I mean, the damn security guard didn't even goddamn know that.
Doug Heffernan didn't know. All right, Doug Heffernan didn't know. All right, he was just doing his job. He was trying to do his job at least. But real quick before we go, I got to ask you about the red shoes. Is there some sort of record or streak going on with the shoes?
Yes,
undefeated or something like that.
Yes, and this is why it shouts out the Pirates Untamed crew. But this is why I wore my Pirates Untamed jersey, because the Bucs is actually the Bucs undefeated. The Bucs beat, in this order, the Bucs beat the Vikings, the Bears, the Falcons in Atlanta, the Packers in Lambeau, and Jacksonville in Raymond J-Buc Stadium. So rest assured,
rocking them again.
We wearing them holes. I got to call them what they are. We wearing them red holes on Sunday.
Let's go.
When we be the same. So we looking to bake. We looking to bake because we trying to get the 6-0. We looking to bake on Sunday. So you all will. And for you all that have something to say, I'm gonna say again. When I bust my ass in damn Lambeau, y'all wanted to blame the goddamn red, but ain't have shit to do with the goddamn red boots. The damn gate wasn't secured. Hence the reason why I bust my ass. But what y'all not go do, how I defend the organization and how I defend our players and our coaches, I'm finna defend them goddamn boots. Y'all go get off them damn boots. I maneuver well in them boots. Listen,
when you slip,
I maneuver well in them boots.
When you slip and you almost busted your ass, I looked
not almost. I bust my ass.
Okay, when you busted your ass, I nudged Latte and goes, them fucking goddamn boots he's got on.
Everybody,
ridiculous ass red Mickey Mouse looking boots are the reason he busted his ass. Okay, I said it. So I'm glad you corrected me on this because I blame those fuckers.
Jay, I got a question for you, bro. And we'll leave on this one. But you sit in end zone, right? South end zone.
Yes, sir.
I would love to ask. I brought this up to Sam. I brought it up on a couple shows ago. I brought it up, but I would love to ask Greg Allman or someone if there's some way to track that. But does it feel like that's where Mike Evans scores the majority of his touchdowns, bro? Is in that south end zone? Like all the memories I have in that stadium, him scoring, it's always
in that end zone. Yeah, always. It's in that end zone. Yeah,
I think he's gotten maybe 2 or 3 on the other one. I know the one against the Rams where he carried half the team on his back in the pewters.
Well, that was on the opposite. That was on the north end zone. But here's the crazy thing: I was sitting on the north end zone because that was during COVID. So my thing, we didn't have our seats was different back in COVID.
So he scores where you sit is what you're telling me right now?
The one that he scored for the Rams when he carried half of the Rams.
That was south end zone.
2020. That was in the north.
That was the north end zone.
That was in the north.
That was the north end zone. The one against Sherman.
Okay, so that must
north
have been
end zone.
The one against Sherman was in the south end zone.
Yeah. All his fades seem to happen in the north end zone. I know he's got a couple.
Hold on. Maybe it was a regular season game. I remember a Rams one where he drug 3 Rams players, and that was south end zone.
No, that was north end zone.
Was it the game where they was in the pewter?
That was north end zone, pewters. Yes,
that was in the north. That was in the north. That was
during 2020 with Tom
Monday
Brady,
night
north
game.
end zone.
Yeah,
it was a Monday night game.
Was in the
and
north.
Chris Godwin did almost the same thing himself a couple drives later.
Yeah, that was in the north.
Anyway,
whatever.
Sorry, Latte. I'm sorry. I agree with you though. The majority of them do happen.
The touchdowns are on the side.
It happened on the south.
The Carolina Panthers game last year, he scored all those touchdowns on that.
In the south end zone.
the playoff game, the bomb where he burned Ramsey was south end zone.
South end
South
zone.
Yep.
Yes.
It's always south.
The longer ones happen in that end zone for some reason. I agree, but there's definitely a lot more on that side. I know the Richard Sherman one definitely north
That was
end
the
zone.
South.
No, it was
I
the
know-
north
I
end
know-
zone.
Yeah.
I was in the middle of the field. I remember that one.
I know what threw me off, guys, by the way, everybody in the chat and you guys. I know what threw me off is that where we sit, because we sit east, the TV orientation is different. So on the TV screen, he was going left,
Opposite.
Right.
Yeah.
opposite on the view. That's what fucked me up on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what's crazy is when I watch games, it took me a little bit the last 2 years to figure that out too.
What?
I'm like, hold the fuck on. I was watching this play the other way. Who has it? And I was like, why the fuck the cameras are wrong? It should be the no, but whatever. Anyway, Jay, thanks for hanging out, guys out there. Remember, hit the like, subscribe if you are new, and please leave us your score predictions in the comment section underneath the video. We'll see you guys.
Oh no, wait.
Monday
Before
night.
you go, before you go, fuck the Saints. It's
Fuck-
no way in
Oh,
hell
yes.
y'all was gonna have me on this goddamn show
Fuck
and
the
I don't
Saints.
goddamn say fuck the Saints. Come on,
Fuck
now.
the
Sam,
Saints.
You know goddamn better than that, man.
Well, I was about to end it like that anyway, so I was
Oh
getting
my
to it.
bad. Oh shit.
Yeah, it's kind of. Hey, you do not ever apologize for saying fuck the Saints. Plaza Computer right before the end of the show, $20 super chat. Since this is the last podcast of 2023, cheers to the LC crew. What a year, the Arians tournament and everything. Oh yeah, dude, absolutely massive thank you. We appreciate each and every one of you motherfuckers out there. I'm sure Jay agrees with us as well. All of you, because I believe we will not speak again until after the new year. And after the Bucs have secured the NFC South crown yet again.
Correct.
So thank you to everybody out there. Happy New Year. And don't break your fucking resolutions, you pieces of shit. Fuck the Saints.
Fuck them.
The Tampa Bay.